Hi, my name is Gracia Montilus. I'm the city attorney for the city of Orange Township. I come to you today to just give you some of the things that we at the law department are working on in terms of keeping the mayor advised as we proceed or go forward during this pandemic. So some of the things that we are working on is that we keep a close contact on all executive orders that are issued out of the governor's office for the state of New Jersey. We are in constant review of the executive orders signed by Phil Murphy, and we advise the mayor accordingly so that he can act on those executive orders. We also undertake it to advise city government with respect to the initiatives that they should take, in particular regard to the social distancing that has been stressed by our governor with respect to fighting this pandemic. We keep a close eye on the Attorney General press releases to make sure that, again, we are abiding by all of the regulations that are issued out of the Trenton office. Also, we undertake to keep an eye on the price gouging issues that have been reported throughout the state, and in particular throughout our city. To the extent that there is a complaint that is made, we undertake an internal investigation. We advise the mayor accordingly. We also issue the appropriate report and/or complaint to the Attorney General's office in an effort to combat this serious issue that has been brought to our attention. Overall, it is our goal to make sure that the mayor stays advised on any and all legislation or directives that come out of Trenton so that he can, in fact, ensure the safety and the welfare for the citizens and the residents of the city of Orange Township. Thank you.
Hi, it's Mayor Dwayne Warren. I want to thank our city attorney for the presentation, but I would like you to go through, if you would, the coronavirus COVID-19 legal help desk that I've established. We've been getting a lot of calls from residents about various issues, mostly economic issues, their jobs, unemployment, filings, any deadlines that have been extended. Can you just talk a little bit about how that procedure is going to work and give any phone numbers that they'll be able to call?
Sure, Mayor. So again, the legal help desk has in fact been set up, and the phone number is 973-640-3526. Again, that's 973-640-3526. That is a help desk that's manned by volunteer attorneys, and it is there to deal with such issues as you mentioned, issues such as deadlines that have been extended, other concerns such as housing, jobs, and other economic issues. So to the extent that there are those concerns, please call this number.
That number, once again, is 973-640-3526. That is a COVID-19 help desk that we've established. It's for residents in the city of Orange Township. It is free. You contact them. Volunteer attorneys will respond to your inquiries to make sure that they're addressed thoroughly. And from any of the issues that arose from COVID-19 that the governor's already spoken about, that include evictions, foreclosures, the unemployment filings, any of the deadlines that are missing. We're just trying to get people informed, and we're happy, Ross, that you were able to recruit some attorneys to volunteer for this effort because it's sorely needed in our community.
Absolutely, Mayor. This is something that's, again, as you indicated, is very much needed in our community, and we have attorneys on standby ready to answer any and all questions.
Since I have the attorney here, I would like to bring in, I've been on the phone last night with the City Council President, Tenzie Easton, and she had asked the Council Housing Liaison to come on in. I do have Councilwoman Wooten, who's been working with a number of tenants, senior citizen housing, private homeowners, to try to address some of the issues that they have. So while I have her here, I'm going to phase out and let her speak to the attorney about some of the issues that have been raised. Councilwoman Wooten, Attorney Gross, I know that the Councilwoman was speaking about some of the issues that are being affected in apartment buildings with inspections. People had questions about whether or not they can proceed with evictions, or they can be the subject of an eviction or foreclosure or sheriff's sale. Councilwoman, just give us a clue into some of the calls that you've been receiving at your office.
So some of the calls we've been receiving, or I've received, regarding evictions and foreclosures, and also a mandate that the mayor put out a couple of days ago about cleaning the senior buildings and apartment buildings. So Attorney Montilus, I know you said your office was going to be getting in touch with those buildings. So can we When can we expect that information, and how are you going to disseminate it?
Absolutely. Thank you, Councilwoman. So what we are going to do is that we're actually going to write a letter. We're going to draft a letter that we're going to send to all landlords with respect to the cleaning issue. Make sure that they actually follow the directives that have been set up by our mayor. And the mailing should be going out by the end of this week at the latest.
Confirmation.
And and with that letter, there's also going to be a confirmation letter that we're going to require the landlord to send back to confirm that they have in fact followed the directive, so at least we can have something that we can keep a record of, so that we can go forward with that.
Another concern or a big question that we receive calls on is the eviction process. So we have people who have either lost their jobs or who have been laid off. They're not able to pay rent this month. They don't see if they're going to be able to pay it next month. So what would you suggest to those people, because there's an executive order from the government saying that it's been suspended? So can you explain that briefly or to our constituents?
Sure. So you're correct. There is an executive order that addressed that very issue that came out of our governor's office. I also know that the mayor, with our advice, also issued an executive order with respect to that as well. What we would advise residents to do is to call our legal help desk. Again, that phone number is 973-640-3526. We would recommend that the residents who have such issues call that legal help desk, voice their concerns, and their issues will be addressed accordingly. I will also charge my office and my assistant city attorneys with drafting or preparing and putting on our website any orders that address those issues as well.
Okay. So would that be the same for sheriff sales? Because we have people who were in the middle of sheriff sales, their homes being sold at sheriff sale. Are they suspended? Will they be given a new date? And how does that work?
Yes, so number one, that will apply to the sheriff's sale as well. Those have been suspended as well. They will be given new dates, but again, my order, whatever we post on the website, will address all of those concerns and all of those issues. Those are economic issues that have been, again, thought about and addressed by our state government, as well as the mayor as well. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Russ, there is one other issue that citizens are getting concerned about as layoffs occur, as the job picture starts to tighten. I understand you've been in contact with one of the organizations about continuing health care. So can you talk about whether or not this is impacted by the Obamacare? I know you have the formal name for it, but the insurance provisions for those who may be squeezed out of their jobs or who may be laid off. Is the Affordable Care Act still in play?
Well, what it is that there's the Orange's Affordable Care Act Navigator project that actually addresses that issue. So to the extent that any citizen or resident of this city has encountered such an issue, they should call this number, 973-500-6031. Again, that's 973-500-6031, and that issue will be addressed accordingly.
You've heard it regarding the health care. For those who might be in some jeopardy of losing their health care, they can call the Orange's Affordable Care Act Navigator project, and that will allow you to access insurance, get all your questions answered, and the number once again is 973-500-6031. That's the Orange's Affordable Care Act Navigator project for all of your insurance-related questions. We're still working on those. And then finally, Gracia, I know that you're trying to work with your staff to develop a memo that's really outlining the provisions of the Stimulus Act that was passed by the federal government. Where are we with that? How quickly can we expect to see just some explanation from your office on those issues?
So I know that a lot of individuals are concerned with respect to receiving their stimulus checks, and there's a great deal of technical issues in that act itself that certainly needs explanation. We are undertaking a memo which we will complete by the end of the week so that everybody can be well informed as to what steps they need to follow and how the government will in fact respond and issue those stimulus checks.
Gracia, I know you have been speaking to the council liaison to housing. I've also spoken to the council president last night about public meetings and about the municipal courts. Please just give some insight as to I know municipal courts are being suspended and they're getting notices.
Sure. So the municipal court sessions have been suspended through April 26th. At that point, there will then be another review by the Administrative Office of the Courts, the AOC, with respect to how the municipal court sessions will proceed from there. Any and all court dates that have already been scheduled prior to April 26th, they have been again suspended. All residents or all persons will receive notifications for new dates beyond April 26th.
There'll be no arrest warrants issued, no warrants for anyone's arrest.
No warrants for anyone's arrest, no arrest warrants. To the extent that you want to go ahead and pay your ticket, you can still pay online on the municipal court or the court's website online. But to the extent that you want your day in court, you will receive a new notification without any penalty.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
And then finally, I understand from Council President that you're in the process now of updating the public notices regarding meetings of the City Council, the Planning Board, Zoning Board. How is that process?
Correct. So we did in fact have a council meeting last night. The information for that council meeting was in fact on the city's website. My understanding in speaking with the council liaison that the information for that meeting was also posted on the City Council's website. So there were 2 notifications for that meeting. I am working on a legal memo or directive with respect to future publications for our council meetings.
So that includes all meetings, council meetings, planning board meetings, zoning board meetings, library board meetings. They'll all abide by this new memo that you're putting out regarding public participation.
Correct, Mayor, and that will be in accordance with the COVID-19 measures that have been undertaken specifically to address public meetings going forward.
You've heard substantive information here from our attorney. Every department in the city of Orange Township is working and on the ground, making sure that we have a smooth transition into this new period of our development as a city and as a people as we deal with the COVID-19 virus. You've heard from the legal department. You'll be hearing from other departments as well. I just want to let people know what's happening, what we're doing, and how impactful the work is that must be done to go forward to make sure that our government functions properly. Again, if you have any questions, you can call the legal help desk. The number is on the screen. It's 973-640-3526. Call that number, ask your question. If it's a question that's beyond the reach of the help desk, they'll let you know and try to provide you with other direction and resources to get your questions answered. But we've covered the full gamut from employment to housing to schools to most things that affect our lives. If there's something else that we should cover and you'd like to contact me, Dwayne Warren, your mayor, you may do so at 862-373-0025. That's the mayor's direct cell phone number if you need to contact me, 862-373-0025. Listen, we got to believe. We got to make sure that we believe in Orange, because together we can beat the coronavirus.